How many cc of 75% alcohol should mix with 10% of 1000 cc alcohol to prepare 30% of 500 cc alcohol solution? So this question is an alligation question. So you have a 75% solution and a 10% solution, and you want to make 30% solution, right? So 75% solution plus a 10% solution, and they want 30% of 500 cc's. That's the total. They already tell you what the total volume is. So this is kind of our goal: 75% solution plus a 10% solution, certain amount of each one, and that should equal 500 milliliters of this 30% solution. So this is an alligation question. So I'm going to start off with 75% and also a 10% because I had those two different solutions. And then you draw like two intersecting lines, and you in the middle here you want what you percentage strength you want. So in this case I want 30%, and then I continue drawing the lines, and then I just subtract through the following lines. So 75% minus 30%, that equals 45, and your answer is going to be in parts actually. And then I got a 10%, follow the line to minus 30, and you're always going to take the absolute value, so whatever the positive number is, so 20. So your answer is going to be 20 parts. And then you want to match up these line up together. So it's 20 parts of the 75%, and then for the bottom half, it's 45 parts of the 10%. So next you want to add up both of the parts to get the total number of parts. So 20 plus 45, that equals 65 parts total. That's what happens when I add these two. And then I like to draw like a little like underline here and put 65 under both these over the total, because that's what you should be doing. Make it quicker. And then I already know what my final volume is going to be. It's 500 cc's. So that's why you just have to multiply it by 500 milliliters on both the top and the bottom. But this question is only asking for how many cc's of the 75% alcohol. They don't care how much of the 10%, only the 75%. That's why you just stay on this top line here. Stay on this very top line, because that's all you need to find the answer. So 20 parts over 65 parts, times it by 500, and you should get 153.846154 milliliters. And that's your final answer. So number that matches up here is 153.85 because you round up the second decimal place. So C is my answer. And that's it for this question. If you got that from this part, you should stop the video now, because the next part is going to be kind of confusing. So if you want to double check your answer, you shouldn't go back and do it over again. You should try to find like a second method if you're like really good in math and calculations, because I am like, this is like going to be like godlike mode right now if you're really good in math. So I'm going to finish solving out the bottom part here, because this, when I multiply this bottom part here times 500 milliliters, this will tell me how much of the 10% solution I'm going to need. So 45 divided by 65 times it by 500 milliliters. That equals 346.153846 milliliters. So this is how much of the 10% solution that I'm going to use to make the 30% total. So now I'm going to take each one of those, 153.846154 milliliters, multiply it by the percent strength that I'm going to be using, that I'm already going to be using. So 75 grams over 100 milliliters, right? Because this whole thing is 75%, because this is how much I'm going to use of this 75%. So when I multiply this out, 153.846154 times it by 75 over 100, that equals 115.384616. I'm going to do the same thing with this bottom half here. So because I'm going to be using 346.153846 milliliters of the 10% solution. 10% is the same thing as 10 grams over 100 milliliters. right? So the milliliters cancels out, and then when I multiply this through, I get 34.6153846. Oh yeah, these are both grams, by the way, because I have grams left. So this is the amount of drug in this 500 milliliters solution here. That's why I just calculate the amount of drug in each one, because this is all in like one total solution combined together. So when I add these two together, 115 plus 34, with all these decimal places, I should get exactly 150 grams. So this 150 grams is the total amount. This is the total amount of drug in this 500 cc solution. So that's why if I put this over 500 cc's, because I'm trying to get a percent strength to make it match up to 30%. So to make percentage strength, I just try to force this to 100 milliliters. You can either do cross cancellation and put this as a variable, but I like to just do 500 milliliters divided by 5. I know the 5 is the factor here. So 500 divided by 5 would change it to 100. And I'll do the same thing with the numerator. 150 divided by 5, that equals 30. And so 30 grams over 100 milliliters is the same thing as 30%, which is what I wanted originally here, right? 30%. That's why I know this for sure is correct. So that's how I personally double check my work, but you have to be extremely good at math in order to do this, and you have to do it fast in the exam. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. Thank you.